Building requirements. The size, design, and placement of any building used in the production, processing, packing, or storage of drug products must allow for easy cleaning, maintenance, and efficient operations. In order to avoid contamination and mix-ups between various parts, such as drug product containers, closures, labeling, in-process materials, or drug products, the building must have enough space with a dedicated area for equipment and materials. Contamination must not occur during the movement of parts, drug product containers, closures, labels, in-process materials, or drug products through the building. Activities must take place in spaces that have been properly identified and in sufficient space. Separate areas, or it should have control systems in place for the firm's operations. To avoid contamination during the subsequent operations, several precautions are required to be taken. Drug components, drug containers, closures, and labels must be received, identified, and stored separately. They should not be used until quality control has sampled, tested, or examined them. Only after testing, or examination process, they can be released for manufacturing or packaging. All the rejected competent drug products, containers, closures, should be stored, properly labeled until they are properly disposed of. Storage of released components, drug product containers, closures, and labeling. Dedicated area for storage of in-process materials. Dedicated area for manufacturing and processing operations. Dedicated area for packaging and labeling operations. Dedicated area for quarantine storage before release of drug products. Dedicated area for storage of drug products after release. Dedicated area for control and laboratory operations. Where appropriate, aseptic processing should be followed. Adequate lighting shall be provided in all areas. Ventilation, air filtration, air heating and cooling. Sufficient ventilation should be ensured based on the requirements of the activity. If air is recirculated in production areas, steps must be taken to prevent dust from being recirculated. In areas where air contamination occurs during production, there must be sufficient exhaust systems or equivalent systems to control contaminants. Stopwatch equals 2000. The air handling systems used for manufacturing, processing, and packing penicillin must be entirely separate from those used for other human drug products. Plumbing. Potable water must be supplied with continuous positive pressure in a defect-free plumbing system to prevent contamination of any drug product. This water must meet the standards specified in the Environmental Protection Agency's primary drinking water regulations. Water that does not meet these standards is not allowed in the potable water system. Manufacturers should continuously ensure that water meets the requirements as per 40 CFR Part 141 and should test the water with a defined frequency. Drains must be sufficiently sized and, if directly connected to a sewer, must have an air brake or another mechanical device to prevent backsiphonage. Backsiphonage occurs when there is a drop in water supply pressure, causing water to flow backward into the water supply system or other plumbing connections within a facility. This can happen when a fire hydrant is opened or during a water main break, among other situations. Sewage and refuse. Sewage, trash, and other refuse from the building and its immediate premises must be disposed of safely and in a sanitary manner. Following practices may be utilized or adopted. Sewage disposal. Regularly inspect and maintain the sewage system to prevent leaks and backups. Ensure that all plumbing fixtures, including toilets, sinks, and drains, are properly installed and functioning to prevent sewage overflow. Trash disposal. Use durable, tightly sealed trash bins to store waste before collection. Separate recyclable materials from general waste to comply with local recycling programs. Arrange for regular collection and disposal by a licensed waste management service. Clean and disinfect trash bins regularly to prevent contamination and pest infestations. Hazardous waste disposal. Identify and properly label hazardous materials such as chemicals, biological, microbial, and general waste. Follow local regulations for the disposal of hazardous waste, which may require special handling and disposal methods. Do not mix hazardous waste with general trash or sewage. Immediate premises maintenance. Keep the building's surroundings clean by regularly removing litter and debris. Ensure that all refuse containers are placed in designated areas away from building entrances and exits to maintain a sanitary environment. Pest control. Implement pest control measures to prevent infestations that can result from improper waste disposal. Use traps, baits, and professional pest control services as necessary to manage and eliminate pests. Education and compliance. Educate employees on proper waste disposal practices and the importance of maintaining sanitary conditions. Ensure compliance with local, state, and federal regulations regarding waste disposal and sanitation. Washing and toilet facilities. Provide adequate washing facilities with hot and cold water, soap, air dryers or disposable towels, and clean, easily accessible toilets near the work areas. Sanitation. Buildings used for manufacturing, processing, packing, or storing drug products must be kept clean and sanitary, and must be free of rodents, birds, insects, and other pests. Trash and organic waste must be stored and disposed of promptly and hygienically. There must be written procedures detailing sanitation responsibilities, cleaning schedules, methods, equipment, and materials for cleaning buildings and facilities, and the written procedures must be followed. There must be written procedures for using suitable rodenticides, insecticides, fungicides, fumigating agents, and cleaning and sanitizing agents. These procedures must prevent contamination of equipment, components, drug product containers, closures, packaging, labeling materials, or drug products. Rodenticides, insecticides, and fungicides must be registered, and those should be used according to the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act. Sanitation procedures must be followed by all the staff members such as contractors, temporary employees, and full-time employees, during regular operations. Buildings used for manufacturing, processing, packing, or storing drug products must be kept in good repair status.